Hi everyone, I went back through exam 1 to do an item analysis. So in doing so, I want to share with you my findings. There were 3 exam items that I went back through and gave credit for. Not everybody had all the same items, obviously, so those of you that had these items, you got credit for them. You'll see your scores updated soon. I just kind of wanted to explain the correct answer and explain why you might see your scores changing. I also wanted to apologize. It's Thursday as I record this. I've been sick with the stomach flu for the first part of the week, so I've been barely functioning. So here I am finally looking at this and giving you some feedback on it. So to kind of explain what happened here, so there are 3 items. So this is the response for one of these items. So the question here is, which of the following is not true regarding oxygen requirements of the brain? And when I go through and do an item analysis, I always look at this biserial here. What a biserial means is that while, again, 33% of students answer this item correctly, the biserial indicates that this is actually either a poorly worded item or students don't fully understand the item, because students that are performing well on this exam are not performing well on this item. So that creates a negative biserial, and we don't ever want to see that. So as you can see here, 4 students got this item right, but more students are getting this item wrong. Which of the following is not true regarding oxygen requirements of the brain? The correct answer is that the brain requires that the effects of oxygen deprivation on the brain can be augmented. Once somebody sustains brain damage, but due to lack of oxygen, their brain doesn't recover from that. So think about somebody drowning, or somebody suffocating, or sorry to be morbid, but hanging themselves and intentionally depriving their brain of oxygen. Their brain does not recover from that. That's permanent non-progressive brain damage. So that is the response to this item that is false, that is not true. So I wanted to go through and clarify that. The brain does not require more oxygen than any other part of the body. I'm reading this item here. The lungs, the heart also require a great deal of oxygen. The vascular system as well, to get oxygen throughout our body. This is the clear incorrect answer here. So I went back through and gave these other 8 students the points for that item. Here's the next one. Okay, so here we have a 0 biserial because nobody got this item right. So that's potentially my fault. I take ownership on that with the information that I shared with you. Meaning perhaps I didn't cover this information adequately enough. So I wanted to take a moment to remind you that even though the reason I'm so intentional about teaching you the acronym FAST, Faced, Armed, Speech, and Time, is because many people in the general public do not understand that what the signs of a stroke are, and that if they see those signs, they need to get help immediately. They might say, oh gee, grandma is talking funny today, or is not able to walk as well as she did yesterday, but they don't do what they should do, which is call 911 and get their loved one to the hospital immediately. Instead, they might wait and see how grandma does, like after her nap or after a good night's sleep, and we're only causing more damage when we do that. We have to get somebody to treatment right away when we suspect a stroke. And then here, of course, is another negative biserial that I wanted to address. Only 38% of respondents answered this correctly. Approximately 12 months, a person that has experienced a stroke can expect limited residual impact of the stroke. So this is false, because a stroke, varies in severity, but people don't spontaneously recover within a year after a stroke. There are still long-lasting impacts of a stroke well beyond 12 months that somebody is rehabilitating from and having to deal with. The correct answer is a well-stabilized recovery, because however much functioning somebody has regained following a stroke, at 12 months post-stroke, we can expect that to be pretty consistent for the remainder of time. It's stabilized, meaning that we're probably not going to gain much more residual functioning, and we're probably not going to, of course, lose anything. So I wanted to just take a moment here and provide you guys some of that perspective or that feedback. I've already gone through and made those changes here on my computer, so you're going to see your scores updated here in a moment. So just wanted to explain that. If you guys have questions, please feel free to let me know, and I'm going to start looking through week 3 for grading now that I'm up and running again. So anyways, thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.